What's up guys, NepentheZ here and welcome back to another episode of Draft to Glory. We've been exceptionally successful in the draft recently, winning lots of drafts and making good profit each draft. So I'm expecting a first round exit anytime soon. If you guys could drop a thumbs up, let's try and smash 5k likes. That would be very much appreciated. Somebody in my comment section on the Road to Glory suggested to me to try and do a draft potentially without focusing on chemistry. So maybe we'll do that this episode. We'll see who our starting players are. Ooh, do I go Ronaldo or do I go Messi? I like Ronaldo too much in this game. He's just too good. We're going to take Cristiano Ronaldo. You know what would be perfect here? Gareth Bale. Striker Gareth Bale. Come on, give me the Bale-Ronaldo combo. It's not coming, is it? It's not coming. That's terrible. So yeah, I might go for not no chemistry draft, but not focusing on chemistry. I don't know how I'd title that. We get no links to Ronaldo at all here, so who is probably going to be the best player for us? Babacar's got 4-star weak foot, is nice and tall. Simeone, 3-star, 3-star, but a little bit quicker. Neither of them are going to start, so let's go for the highest rated, just so that we could potentially get a high-rated draft. Now, ooh, that right wing Dybala, in terms of going not based off chem but based off stats, he's the guy. Exceptional pace, exceptional dribbling, 4-star skill moves, good stamina, good composure. Remember what I was talking about in the last draft, the 2 big guys and 1 like pace merchant, or the 2 pace merchants and 1 big guy? Well, we're halfway there. We've got 1 big guy and 1 pace merchant. Now, if I can get some soft links into these guys, fantastic. So Gabby there would be a good start. You get a soft link into Ronaldo, and it's not a bad player. Medium high, which is nice. Okay defense, a bit slow, but he's got a Hunter Chem style. I don't think he'll be in our final 11, but we'll take him for the time being, just because he gets that Ronaldo up to 8 chemistry. And then on the right hand side, João Mario is a great shout. I mean, it's a decent player. 4-star weak foot, medium high work rates, nice dribbling, short passing is good. The rest of his passing is a bit terrible, but he gets soft links to both Dybala and Ronaldo, putting them both up to 6 chemistry, which is good, which is very good. Now, I don't know who... Now, if we get striker Messi off the bench, that would be spectacular. Wow. Wow. I want De Bruyne. I know Strootman gets a soft link to Dybala. I know Paulinho gets a soft link to Ronaldo. I know Saul gets a perfect link into Gabby. I know Goretzka gets no links to anyone, but in the aim of taking the best players instead of going for chemistry, I think De Bruyne there is the best option. And then off the back of that, I think Serge Aurier with an anchor card is going to be the best right back too. So De Bruyne needs 1 more link to get minimum chemistry of 7. I know it says he's got 7 there, but he needs 1 more to get there. But overall, we're building a decent squad. I don't mind. Oh, yes. Now, I could take Sergio Ramos, and that would be great. Or I could take the icon and just make sure my defence gets strong links. Now, he's got Guardian, which isn't ideal. And Ramos has basic, which is a little bit better. Now, Nesta isn't going to get the pace that I would like. But I think it would be fun to have the icon. Aurier is going to get perfect chemistry. De Bruyne is going to get 7 chemistry. The goalkeeper and other centre-back are guaranteed now a minimum of 7 chemistry. Hopefully we get that Sergio Ramos pick come up again. We don't. Now, this Martinez card isn't bad. Medium, 5'11". He's got an anchor, which is nice. It's well-rounded. Or we could go with the Catalyst Otamendi, who would obviously get a strong link to De Bruyne, but funnily enough, it wouldn't change his chemistry. It would just mean that we got more scope for the left-hand side of the team. Last time I used Otamendi, he was good. High, 6 foot. Or we could go with Martinez, who's faster, with worse defending and worse physical, but a better chem style. I'm going to take Otamendi. We're going to swap those around like that. We're going to go for the goalkeeper. Premier League goalkeeper would be ideal, but ultimately it doesn't really matter. I'm actually going to take Ter Stegen. I know I could take Bravo there and Mignolet. Would never take either of those realistically. Their stats aren't good enough. Ter Stegen on 7 chemistry is going to be ideal. And De Bruyne is still going to give the links to Otamendi where it doesn't really matter. So in at the left back spot, too slow for all of them except Danny Rose. So Danny Rose with a shadow is going to be our guy here as well, which isn't so bad. Now, the things that I would love to improve this team would be Lionel Messi striker card and just a better midfielder than Gabby. Other than that, I think this team is actually already looking very, very strong. We get Mane, we get Coutinho, we get De Rossi. Now, De Rossi would be an alright pick because you get that strong link into... It'd get a strong link into Nesta. Ronaldo's chemistry would remain the same. João Mario, actually his chemistry would remain the same. De Rossi would get the same chemistry as Gabby. Wouldn't actually change anything. Could take Mane, but I don't think he would work. Could take Mane or Callejon as a sub. I rate Callejon massively. I think he's a very, very good player. So I'm actually going to take Callejon. We're going to put him into the reserves and use him as a super sub. Next on the board, I mean, we're again just going to have to take... Let's take Payet because he's high rated. We've already got one pace merchant as a super sub. Dybala and Ronaldo probably won't come off the field anyway. Whoa, another icon. Now this is interesting. We could take Costa's transferred card, whack him up front, get 8 chemistry on him. We could take Di Maria's card, but he wouldn't really get on the team. It'd be as a sub. We could take Iniesta, who could go in instead of Gabby, but again, doesn't really make much of a difference. We could take Eden Hazard as a super sub, who I would like because I need a striker, but we've got lots of picks to go. Or we could take another icon in Jari Litmanen, bang him in there, and get ourselves another nice little boost. I think I rate that a lot. Danny Rose onto 10 chem as well now. 2 icons in the team. Maybe we can get a third. I don't think I've ever had 2, let alone 3. It's throwing up the same players. We've seen Lichtsteiner, Strootman, Lucas, Coutinho already, more than once for some of them. Wanyama could go into the middle. Ronaldo's going to get 8 chemistry now no matter what. Dybala needs that soft link. So who do I bring on as a sub? Let's take Coutinho because he's nice and high rated. And we've got a good chance of getting a super high rated squad here. Next on the board would be... Asensio, no. Jimenez, no. Willian, yes. We'll take Willian. We could put him up there with gain 3 chemistry and maybe use Dybala as a sub. And get De Bruyne onto 10. For the time being, I'm going to keep Dybala up there and use Willian again as a sub. I'm going to need a good striker. My midfield I'm happy with. Let's take the 81 rated. I could take the Screamer Forster. He just hasn't got good enough stats in my opinion. I wouldn't want to use him. Defence, I could do with a better centre-back. Ooh, whoa. Could take Kyle Walker. I've got to take Kyle Walker. He'll give De Bruyne perfect chemistry. Or I could take Alonso, who I might prefer instead of Danny Rose, apologies. And Alonso's got a shadow. I think Kyle Walker's going to be the one here. He's just going to give us a nice little chem boost. And Aurier can either come on as a sub or just stay there. Rose also has a shadow card. So we get some good centre-backs again. Do I want Vincent Kompany over Otamendi? Kompany's got Catalyst Chem style, which isn't ideal, but so has Otamendi. Kompany, bit higher rated. He's got some good stats as well. Medium and 6'4". Good defensive stats. Good physical stats. Gets a pace boost off of that as well. Carvajal, I'm not interested in changing the right-hand side realistically. David Alaba is the guy I'm going to take. I would much rather him instead of Danny Rose. And because of those 2 icons, I could just slot him in there perfectly. And that is pretty good. So Coutinho can come onto the bench. We might get a 188 here if we're lucky. If I can get a striker, man, I would kill for that striker Messi. That centre forward or striker Messi would just be absolutely perfect. Even just a Messi card. David Silva is a big 88 there. Now he doesn't get into the team, but as an 88 rated card, he surely does boost up the rating a little bit, or at least keeps it nice and high. Next pick is going to be 84 Bruno. We're still at an 87 rated team. Now our team is quite high rated all up. This is the last one of the last chances to get that Messi card. It's not coming, is it? We get the brand new transferred Carlos Vela with a Hunter. We get a Suso card also with a Hunter. I think I'd prefer Carlos Vela. So we'll take Vela there. It's still an 87. And we can actually upgrade Carlos Vela for Callejon as well. Still an 87. Now, for me to get perfect chemistry on this team, I need a striker that gets chem. Like an icon striker would be ideal, but a Messi would be perfect too. We get none of that. I cannot believe we didn't get a striker that fits into that team. I actually can't believe it. Do I take Hernani and give Ronaldo? No, Ronaldo on 8 chemistry is more than okay. Let's take this Rodriguez card as a sub. It's an 87 rated team. I just can't believe we didn't get a striker. Now, obviously don't want to start the dude there. I'd rather start Callum. Or Dybala. No, I don't really want to start either of them on 2 chemistry. It would be better to just start someone who I'm not going to use and sub them off. Maybe starting David Silva and Willian. That gets us to 87 chemistry. That's not enjoyable. Starting Dybala and he takes us to 89. He takes us to 90. I'm going to start Bruno up front. And I'm going to have to sub out Bruno immediately and bring in probably Callum. What's Yari Litmanen for abilities? 4-star weak foot. Good finishing. Good. You know what? I'm actually just going to start it like this. And I'm going to flip Bruno. No, I don't want Bruno. Yeah. I'm gonna take Litmanen up as my striker, and I'm gonna bring on David Silva as a sub. That's how it's gonna look. Apologies, it got to be so long to get there. Hopefully, a good Premier League manager is gonna be there for us. He takes us to 93 chem, 92 chem, 93 chem, and 91 chem. So let's take the Liga Santander manager. I rate this team. Did I take Company as well, or did I take Otamendi? I can't remember if I took Vincent Company. No, I didn't. Alright, so this is the team, guys. I quite like this team. There's not a lot wrong with this team other than the attacker. And the chem styles are not favourable. But it's a good formation. It's got a great set of players in there. Some really overpowered players. 2 icons, 2 team of the group stage. An inform, a Ronaldo, one's to watch card. It's got 2 of the best fullbacks in the game. It's got some insane midfielders. I would be very upset if I actually did lose in the first round here. But this is the team. Let's get into the action. Okay guys, as we go into the gameplay, the first opponent we'll come up against has got a 185 team. Quite a nice team. Del Piero, team of the group stage, Neymar and Naki Williams, some really strong players. The midfield a little weak and a little slow. The defence quite good. Some okay chem styles on them there, but nothing spectacular. It's a well-rounded team, a well-balanced team. But other than the attack, nothing overly incredible. And I managed to get first blood there. Ronaldo with a beautiful turn off the corner. Slots that one into the middle of the field, or the middle of the box anyway. And there is Alaba to tap that one home, which is fantastic. De Bruyne into Ronaldo. And again, Cristiano Ronaldo just showing why he is probably, other than R9 Ronaldo, the best player in the game. And I haven't really played with R9 Ronaldo enough to experience how good he is. But I have played plenty with all the variants of Cristiano Ronaldo. I say all of them, his 94 and his 95, the ones that I played with in draft. And he is just something extra. I don't know what it is about him. EA giving him custom animations, custom shot types, custom body type. Like they've given him so much preferential treatment that it just makes him ridiculous to deal with and so fun to play with. And for me, it makes him just the best player in this game, 100%. As I say, the only contender would be, as Litmanen, my striker Litmanen there, proves to be a good choice to switch up into attack. But yeah, the only contention would be the R9 Ronaldo. But even then, there's not really much more Cristiano Ronaldo could do. He's so good. He just bodies defenders. He can shoot near, far. He's fast. He's got 5-star skill moves. I suppose the only other thing you could ask for is a 5-star weak foot. I don't see that coming anytime soon, especially not after his poor form so far in the league this campaign. It'll be interesting to see whether or not he can turn his season around and go for a team of the season card at the back end of the year. But he is clearly struggling. And after watching Real Madrid the other night, you can see that the Real Madrid team is so desperate to get him a goal that they're not focusing on playing football, and that's never that's a recipe for disaster. The second team we come up against, guys, another 185. Some very strong players in there. 3 team of the group stage players: Ter Stegen, Casemiro, and Cristiano Ronaldo. The Barcelona, Coutinho, the Ousmane Dembele there. But this is a team that I look at and I just think this isn't a sensational team. Lacks pace, lacks power. No meta players really outside of maybe Dembele and definitely Cristiano Ronaldo. Although I did concede the first goal here, Dembele takes a shot. My own Ter Stegen there with a really weak parry. Like, you just expect him to gather that in, collect that, and allow me to go on a counter-attack. But we went 1-0 down, but it wasn't too long before we pulled it back to 1-1. Here is my main man, Rodriguez, who I subbed on a couple of times. Rodriguez there goes down the left-hand side all the way through, gets to the byline, cuts that across. De Bruyne with the shot that is parried, and Dybala comes away with the header to make it 1-1. And Dybala sets us away for another attack as well. 31 minutes on the clock now. Dybala down the left-hand side, finds Cristiano Ronaldo, and again, look at Ronaldo. He's just so fast. He manages to pick up the ball, waits for the runners, gets it back into gets it back into Dybala, who lays it off to De Bruyne, and De Bruyne makes it 2-1. Now, this game was far from over. This was definitely a very, very strong opponent. Although I wasn't overly impressed with his team, aside from the super players, you can see here just by the way he manoeuvres the ball in the box, the way he was defending, the way he was attacking, I knew that this was a game. And I wouldn't have been surprised if I'd lost this game, because this guy was very, very good. This is the sort of player that I would expect to play against in FUT Champs, not in FUT Draft. However, I managed to pull it up to 3-2 with another Kevin De Bruyne goal. The Belgians, again, much like the last episode, just doing absolute bits for me. And we go 3-2 up, and then into the second half, Cristiano Ronaldo gets in behind again, cuts it across again, and Jari Litmanen is there to make it 4-2. As I did mention, this game was far from over. My opponent gets almost straight back into the game. Ronaldo into Dembele, a random finesse shot from Dembele. Ter Stegen dives under the ball. You expect again Ter Stegen to save that. That's a couple of times he's frustrated me. And then to complete the comeback for my opponent, it goes down the left-hand side with Dembele, threads that through to his own Cristiano Ronaldo. Got time and space in the box. Terrible defending from me. It finds Koke. The ball is rebounded out to Marcos Alonso, I believe that is, and 4-4 is the score. However, just a few minutes after kickoff, KDB picks up the ball in the midfield. A nice bit of slow play to get around a few attackers there. Dybala into De Bruyne, takes the first/second time shot, drives that under the keeper to make it 5-4, and that was finally where the goals stopped flowing. So we end up going positive on a 9-goal thriller. 5-4, but what an even game it was. My opponent, as you saw there, probably edged possession, edged chances, could easily have beaten me. I was fortunate to come out on top in that game. Into the semi-final we go, and we come up against a really, really strong squad. Inform Pogba, inform Matuidi, team of the group stage De Bruyne, inform Lukaku, inform Mbappe, Jari Litmanen, Eric Bailly. The only thing I did look at this team and think, wow, it was that defence, other than Eric Bailly, looked horrific. And I was hoping that I was going to be able to maximise my goal scoring against this guy whilst hopefully not conceding too many. Otamendi here plays the ball out to Alaba. Alaba to De Bruyne. De Bruyne to Dybala. Dybala with the first time shot slams that one into the top left-hand side of the net and puts us 1-0 to the good. We then go down the right-hand side with Dybala again. I really did enjoy Dybala. He didn't really get into the game all that much as Cristiano Ronaldo threw their on-goal shoots and scores. Dybala was really nice, but I think he would be better suited as a cam or as a striker, because as a right forward, which is where I was playing him, although he was good when he got on the ball and when he did get touches and did take shots and so on and so forth, he was very, very clean. He just didn't get involved quite enough. Here's Cristiano Ronaldo again with another sensational goal. Every time he picks up the ball, you just know it's going to cause trouble. We go 3-0 up, eventually pulled back to 3-1. I lose the ball in a silly area. 2 passes later, and Lionel Messi is clean through on goal. I pump faked the keeper, but he got the chip shot off anyway. It hits the post, and it did fly in to make it 3-1. But there was still time for more goals for me in this game. There's a ball played through to David Silva to Ronaldo, back into Litmanen, slots that one across to Dybala, and Dybala taps it home to make it 4-1. There were still more goals in this game, however, too. A long ball over the top, Litmanen gets the ball, the defender misses a header, taps that across to Eric Bailly, who pops it in the back of the net. But late on in the game, with about 15 minutes left on the clock, lovely little 1-2 between Dybala and Litmanen. And I tell you what, guys, Litmanen as a striker was fantastic. So much better than I thought he might have been. I did think he would be alright, but but he was just so much better than I thought he might have been. So Lippmann there makes it 5-2, and that sends us through into yet another final. We've had a great run of drafts. I believe we've won our last 5 in a row now, and maybe our last 8 out of 9, or potentially 9 out of 10. I haven't gone back properly and tracked all of the stats. But we're on an absolute streak of wins. And into the final we go after some big wins. 4-1, 5-4, 5-2. We come up against a really nice team. Ronaldo, Messi. What was really interesting about this team is you look at his left mid Iniesta at CDM and his centre mid Denis Suarez at left mid. Just swap them around. Then you get much better chemistry. Nobody gets or loses any links other than the 2 people you swap around. So I saw that and immediately I was kind of like, well, that's good news for me, because no one that knows FIFA too well would ever do that. Didn't take long for me to get on the score sheet either. Cristiano Ronaldo is there in the right place at the right time to slam that one past the goalkeeper to make it 1-0. 15 minutes on the clock. Jari Lippmann here on the edge of the box. Waits for the runners, waits and waits and waits, eventually finds some space for João Mario. João Mario to David Silva. David Silva gets some space in the box, takes a shot, it finds its way back to Dybala. Dybala to David Silva. David Silva shoots, David Silva scores. And it became 2-0. And then on the hour mark, Cristiano Ronaldo, look at the turn and the run. I know he's got low balance and agility, but that was just fantastic little turn and pressure there. Eventually gets the ball through to Jari Lippmann. Lippmann waits back for the run of Ronaldo, passes it to him on the edge of the box. Back into Lippmann again. Beautiful interlink play there. Lippmann gets the ball roll across, has a shot. It falls to De Bruyne, who smashes that one home. And we see the pause cued by our opponent. And that indeed was the end of the game. So we get ourselves, guys, another draft of victory. Hopefully we can get some good packs and pack something big out of them this time. We've made steady profit recently, but we haven't hit something huge yet. This is going to be the end of the gameplay. Let's get into the packs. So guys, another day, another draft win. My God. There was one really tough game in that set, game 2. But other than that, this team was fantastic. Jari Lippmann at striker was considerably better than I thought he would have been. And, could I have actually started with like way more chemistry if I'd already started someone in midfield? No, I couldn't have done. The first 2 games, I brought on Rodriguez in midfield here, and like a sub Bruno out straight away. He makes for a good centre mid. Good passing, good dribbling, good reactions, nice composure, nice defensive stats, quite fast. Obviously has decent height and work rates. And then in the second 2 games, I decided to bring David Silva in at the centre mid position to start with. And again, just a good card. No, not great defensively, high-low work rates, exceptional passing, very good dribbling, and just generally a nice player on the ball. This team was great. De Bruyne, phenomenal. Walker, phenomenal. Dybala, good. Ronaldo and Lippmann, phenomenal. Alaba, phenomenal. Just in general, guys, we're just crushing it in the draft right now. I don't know how many wins that is out of the last 10 drafts. I feel like it's 8 or 9. 40 entries now and 17 wins. I think that's a very good return. Hopefully we can improve that through Team of the Year as well, as we're going to go into Team of the Year. And I'm going to try and draft 2 times a day. I don't know how much of that will become video content and such, and I don't know if I'll have the time to do that, but I want to draft 2 times a day. So round 1 was easy, round 3 was easy, round 4 was easy. That second round where I won 5-4, that guy was a really good player with a really nice team, and we just edged it, and it allowed us through to the semi-final where we picked up the draft win. And this time we get a 50k pack and a 5k pack. Could potentially be a terrible reward, could potentially be an incredible reward, depending on what we actually get out of these packs. So we do get a shiny gold player, which is nice. What are we going to get for it? Caceres. Ooh, transferred card. Worth anything? No, useless, no value at all. 1,000 coins back, which is nice. Maybe like, we get like maybe 2,500 coins off match coins. So that 1,000 coins make 3,500. I'd say 4,500, including all the chem styles there, and 1,000 for the players. Maybe 1,500 for the players. So that makes, we're up to about 6,000 coins so far off return. So we need about 9,000 coins to be made from the 50k pack. I don't know whether we're going to be able to do that or not. We're going to give it a shot. 1 rare player pack to open. Hopefully we get a board and really do get our 9k back. Otherwise we could struggle to make any profit. We do get a board. Let's go. Who's it going to be? Come on, EA. Big player. Spanish. Right back. Carvajal. I mean, hey, he's going to allow us to be able to pick up profit off of this draft again. You know, 84 rated. We needed 9k off of this 50k pack. Whoa, really nice pack. 2 84s and an 83. Cannot complain about that at all. So we're looking at about, well, looks like about 5k, 4 to 5k for Carvajal. And it'll be very similar, I guess, for Farman. Probably 3 to 4k at the moment for Farman. Yeah, 3 to 4k for Farman. A couple of k at the moment for Lopez. But with this many players, and with the fact that we've got 2 84s and an 83, that's pretty decent. These guys will send up to the trade pile for the time being. So guys, once again, making profit from the draft. Not huge profit by any stretch of the imagination. You know, we probably picked up about 5 to 10,000 coins profit off of that draft. We're steadily making profit though. Every 4 games, we're making anywhere from 5 to 25,000 coins profit, which is fantastic. This is going to be the end of the video for today. If you did enjoy it, be sure to leave a like, rating, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. But for now, guys, I'm out. Peace.